The contenders lined up to stop Paul Whibley in our last round of Grand National Cross Country Racing. And the action was hot and heavy as 6 riders duked it out for the lead. But in the end, Whibley emerged victorious again. The real question now, can anyone catch him before the championship is wrapped up?
Playing in the dirt, face full of mud, sacrificing flesh and blood. Playing in the dirt, digging in the ground. Oh, now I'm asking you, where you gonna be when it all goes down, 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 down?
Welcome once again to Racer TV, covering the 2009 Can-Am Grand National Cross Country Series. Jason Wygant here, and it's time to go bike racing again. It's the Moose Racing Yadkin Valley Stomp GNCC in North Carolina. And it's nearly championship time in our XC1 and XC2 Pro classes. In XC1, Paul Whibley has a lead that nearly is 1 race large. So Josh Strang needs to fight back and win today and get that points lead back down and prevent Whibley from wrapping it up. This was the first track that Strang ever won at GNCC on, so he's happy about that. And in our XC2 class, Caleb Russell, who rides and trains only a few miles from this race facility, also has a shot at wrapping up the XC2 title if he can win today, and has a little bit of bad luck from his competitors. Let's talk to some of our top riders before we go racing.
Yeah, you know, we had a nice summer break and had some time to get my stuff together and did some testing. And KTM's really been working hard with me. You know, they've been patient and they've put in a lot of work, and I have too. And you know, we haven't got the results that we've wanted at the beginning of the year, but it's finally starting to come together. I feel good. You know, the bike feels really good, and I'm happy with the way everything's going. We got 3 races left, so I'm gonna do everything I can to get you know, get on the podium every single race.
Yeah, we're here in Yadkinville, North Carolina. There's 3 races left, including today, and the last race I was 2nd place. But of course, it's my home race, so it's only like good luck that I did well there. And now, of course, I have to back it up and shut up all the naysayers. And you know, in this bad economic times, it's good for all of us to do well and prove that this is where we want to be next year. So you know, I think everybody's motivated, and it should be a good race.
Yeah, I feel good. Like this is a good track, and with the rain and stuff, it's gonna make it a real tough technical race. So I just want to get some more good results and hopefully get in the podium and some more good points, and carry on building those points towards the championship at the end of the season.
Okay, let's do some math here on Racer TV. Not really our specialty, but we can figure it out. A 27-point lead for Whibley means that if Strang wins the next 3 races and Whibley finishes 3rd or worse in each one, Strang will still be champ. But winning 3 in a row is difficult. Strang did it midway through the series, but Whibley's going to try to stop him. Whibley's teammate Jimmy Jarrett will be there. Nathan Tanney's fired up. Thad Duvall, Barry Hawk, Kirk Caselli. And of course, Strang's own teammate Charlie Mullins is also right there in the points. So you have to wonder how the FMF and Makita Suzuki riders are going to play it. Only one way to find out. Let's go racing.
Well, the good people of North Carolina are happy to have GNCC Racing back in their backyard. Some veteran contenders on hand today as well in what should be a little bit of a muddy run to the finish. There's Shane Watts, the 2000 GNCC champ, still races on occasion. Barry Hawk looking for his first win of the year, and there's Josh Summey, a motocrosser, now making the transition over to the woods. Riders are set. Let's get to the start. Big rush into the first turn. It looks like Whibley is going to grab the whole show, but look at that. Glenn Carney on the Husky moves into the #1 spot immediately, and Mullins up to 3rd, challenging Whibley. Now the good news is it's not so dusty today, so there will be opportunities to pass in the woods. These guys aren't messing around. Look at Mullins, still leaning on Whibley for 2nd, and Carney tries to get away. We'll go back to the start, XC2 Pro Lights. Caleb Russell going to get the jump on his Shock Doctor KTM. So he's going to get $100 from Kinetic Gaskets, a little bonus for getting the start. And remember, Russell can wrap up this series championship in this class today. Teammate Corey Buttrick right there behind him, and the rest of the contenders fighting, and they're fighting for position in the field because they know it's a lot harder to pass once you're in the woods. Back to the XC1 class, and Carney is still in the #1 spot ahead of Whibley, and now Strang, who's ahead of Mullins, Jason Raines, and Barry Hawk. Good to see Hawk and Raines, 2 veterans of this tour, up front. And got the young kids back here in XC2, a couple of teenagers, Caleb Russell and Corey Buttrick, first and second. And that's 15-year-old Stuart Baylor, last year's youth champion, a mini cycle rider 1 year ago, now up to third in XC2. And here's the mud that everyone was talking about down in the valleys, and it claims Kearney, and Whibley takes the spot away. Fortunately, Kearney has always struggled with the muddy conditions, and that was another example of that. Look at Strang getting pushed back in the order, and he's not happy. Josh Summy in the red coming by. Summy, again, making the transition to GNCC, is riding well. And this is a bit more motocross-like as Whibley and Kearney launch off this famous creek jump here in Yadkinville. Strang's already back up to third. There goes Mullins in fourth. And the rest of the field, man, they bottomed those bikes out hard. And the fans kind of hope that happens. I hate to say it, but you know, some race fans do come to see riders crash. We'll see how treacherous that section gets. Right now, though, no stopping Whibley. What has gotten into the New Zealander? He is gone. And Kearney, who now lives in North Carolina, feeling good in second. Stay with us. Racer TV is brought to you by Can-Am, Rocky Mountain, Yamaha, and Honda Generators, the official generator of Racer TV. Welcome back to the show. Paul Whibley taking off early on here in North Carolina. Glenn Kearney doing everything he can to keep him close. Kearney out of Australia, and you can hear it, one of the last two strokes in this field, running the 300cc Husqvarna. And you've got Strang in front of Jarrett, and Jarrett would love to beat the Suzuki riders back and help his teammate Whibley pull away in points. Although Whibley doesn't need much help today, he's taking care of business, further extending the lead. And what an improvement it is for Whibley to do this early in the races. He used to be known for bad starts and then getting arm pump early on. Actually got some tips on curing arm pump from Kurt Caselli, believe it or not, and it has really worked, although now Kearney is beginning to reel him back in. Best run we've seen from Kearney in a while, and good to see it. He's one of the nicest guys on the circuit. Has come so close to winning one of these things so many times. It would be huge if today could be the day where he finally breaks through as we watch Jarrett come by in the number 4 position. Jarrett still working his way back up front after a wrist injury over the summer. Now we're down in the mud, though. This led to Kearney's undoing on the first lap. But now the lines are a little bit more defined. He picks the right one, and he is still right there, keeping the pressure on Wibbs. There's Strang back there in third. He's got to get going. He also lives not too far from here. Hickory, North Carolina has become the de facto headquarters of GNCC Pro Riders. Jarrett and Whibley have also spent some time here, though they both actually live in Ohio now. Let's go back to the XC2 class. Looks like Caleb Russell has lost the lead. It's actually Buttrick in front of Stuart Baylor, the 15-year-old, in his pro debut. Getting the job done. Fans cheering Whibley as he jumps the big creek jump. Oh, and that sounds good to hear Kearney airing out the two-stroke. And Strang's got to pick it up back there in third. Same thing with his teammate Mullins, who has now got around Jarrett for fourth. And Canny trying to prove that was no fluke last week in New York, in contention as well. They've all got around Jarrett. Coming through next, you can always pick up the Yamahas. That is Hawk with the headlight shining on that WR. And this is Baylor, the 15-year-old. Smoke out of the engine and all has moved into the lead in XC2 and is closing in on the overall. You got to be kidding me. Whibley motoring through the pits, extending the lead again. All systems go for your series points leader. Here comes Glenn Kearney, lighting it up on the two-stroke. Well, not lighting it up. Instead, taking a drink of water from his mechanic. He's settling in for the long haul, and so are we. Stay tuned. Racer TV is brought to you by Can-Am, Rocky Mountain ATV MC, Yamaha, and by Honda Generators, the official generator of Racer TV. Jason Wygant here giving you the call from Yadkinville, North Carolina, and it has been a romp so far for Paul Whibley. You can see why he is hustling through these tight wood sections. Glenn Carney maintaining the number 2 spot. Eventually, the press is going to have to come from this man, Josh Strang, in third. He has got to get on the gas and go after the leaders. He is the one battling Whibley here for the series championship. He cannot